Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's Charger football as we rejoin the action in the second quarter.
Send a text message to Omari. I sent you an invite for whenever you're ready.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
I think I would much rather the
McDuffie with a pick. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career, and he parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turn.
I would much rather take the penalty.
Throw again on second down. Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this down to the 33. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 27. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Open man is Fortson. He's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. DeAndre Carter now from his own zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, then mark him down at the 39. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Herbert off the play action. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And His throw is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
To the air again, Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Touchdown! Keenan Allen, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin by checking out division rivals in the AFC West. It's Las Vegas heading up to take on Denver. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Devontae Adams, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head east to check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Garrett Wilson, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. In that game, all square, they take on the visiting Cowboys.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
I'm going to try to get...
Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Hardman going to bring it up. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play,
after right down the middle. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Taken in at the 3. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled in.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here are the Chargers to take over. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Knocked that down for a win in the defense's column. I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. 52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly, and he'll go down for the third quarter of action. So a little extra time to ponder this third and goal as we played 3 quarters. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. It's Charger football, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a .5%.
Who did Najee Harris play for in 2022?
To me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeout.
Where did Najee Harris get drafted to? That's right, it was the Steelers, wasn't it? I gotta get Devontae Adams from the Raiders and then Najee Harris from the Steelers.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. The last series for a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Mahomes now on 1st down. And hitting Juju on the slant. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On play action, it's Mahomes. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Holding offense.
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
5 for 6.
He's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 24 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Eckler now between the tackles, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:51 on the clock. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes finding. Gets 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Mahomes. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. He's got room at the 30. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney, 66 yards. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off.
What?
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now all eyes shift over to the Chiefs, trailing by a touchdown. 37 seconds to go. They've got to go the full 80 yards, and they've got to do it quick as they come up on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Here's Mahomes. And he is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 3-5. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Chargers, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3.
He's spitting looking. Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins. Is it like the trade? I guess it is too late to trade. Okay, well.